what happened. Now, I'm an architect, and I was transferred from the World Trade Center rebuilding to the new Goldman Sachs World Headquarters as the architect in charge. On December 14th, 2007, I had a work accident. I had 7 tons of steel fall on top of my trailer, and I was basically folded in half and crushed from neck down. And I spent 3 months at St. Vincent Hospital and then transferred to Mount Sinai Hospital. Life was very devastating for me, and it was very difficult to adapt to it. 3 years later, I was able to stand and walk for the first time using the exoskeleton.
So, how has this changed your life?
Well, first off, being in a wheelchair, my environment needs to be adapted. That means it has to be accessible, such as having a ramp. But while I'm in the exoskeleton, I can adapt to any environment. So if there isn't a ramp and there's only steps, I can go up and down stairs. It allows me to, well, nothing will prevent me from experiencing life to the fullest. The one thing I took for granted were really the small things in life, such as that I didn't realize, such as talking to people at eye level, rather than having the feeling that everybody looks down at you when you talk. Being able to give my wife a hug, standing up, and being able to take my children to the park. And there's so much more you could do that I've missed.
I remember the first time we took Robert outside, we saw the tops of the cars that he hadn't seen since his injury, and how he just wanted to stand there and look at the tops of the cars in the parking lot. Vivian, do you have something do you want to add?
Yeah, so
Go to the mic.
sorry. Good morning. When Robert first stood up in the exoskeleton, one of the things that he actually whispered to me after I saw his euphoria look was that he actually forgot how tall he was. So Robert's 6 feet, and in a wheelchair, he's about 4.5 feet. And that was one of the things that he just noticed, that as he stood up, the first thing that he could see was he could see straight across and wide, instead of actually, again, like you said, look up and look at everybody while he's talking.
So, what is it like being able to stand up and walk for the first time? Well, it was both exciting and scary for me. It was exciting that, I get a chance to stand up and walk. It was scary for me because I didn't know what to expect, and what I had to do, well, walking for the first time, it took a lot of courage. I had to trust the device as well as the people around me. And the reason for that is that because I can't feel my legs and my feet, I can't feel the ground. So it feels like I'm floating. And so I'm always looking at my feet, and the crutches itself is an extension of my hands, so I could see that the ground is there when I look at you.
So, where do you see this going in your future?
Well, I think seeing someone standing up and walking for the first time from a wheelchair, it inspires people. And it makes them feel happy, and it gives them the strength and determination that makes you a better person and a stronger person. For me, it improved my quality of life. Emotionally, psychologically, physically, and medically. And what I mean by that is that I feel excited, happy, and confident. I feel less pain in my body. My internals are functioning better. I take less medication. So I used to take a lot of pain meds for my constant pain that I have. Now I don't take it. And it feels great. And what I hope for